It's nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so cool. Okay,
I'm gonna be so uncool the
okay,
whole
no,
time.
that's me being like uncool. No, but I hear we both love Aerosmith.
Yes.
Did you have a love of, who was your favorite?
Well, I think Joe Perry is a style icon.
Okay.
Like for
Yeah.
me, it's him and Babe Haley for me.
Yeah.
For style.
I like the Wild front man. Yeah, with the scarves on the thing. Steven Tyler did it for me. I just loved their music. It was so wild but soulful and like rock and roll.
Yeah, and I had a period where I would endlessly knit really long rock and roll scarves because of Steven Tyler.
Yes, why not? But were you musical growing up?
Oh my gosh, no.
No,
I was terrible. I was terrible. My mom is a musician. She's 89 years old. She still plays stand-up bass at an orchestra. And oh, that's my mom. Look at there. And she wanted all of her kids to play an instrument, and she tried to get me to take piano from the nuns across the street, but I was a little scared of them, so I said no. And I said, but how about you can get me a teacher for a soprano piccolo, which I don't even know if that exists, but I probably made it up in my 7-year-old
very specific.
grade. And so of course she couldn't find a teacher, and that was that. And so I never learned to play an instrument. Though during COVID I did try to take music, piano lessons.
Yeah.
Sure, that just was really bad.
Okay, so I tried, because people were like, oh, you play piano, right? And I'm like, oh no, I can learn something and then I play piano, and then when you want me to sing while doing it, it's like I can't do it.
I find that hard to believe. Really?
No, real truth. Yep, yeah, it's a real thing. I don't know why. Even playing guitar, like I can play something and write and like on my own and do it, but as soon as, and it's so funny because I'm never shy or nervous about singing. But playing an instrument is like a different thing for me. It makes me so nervous. I get that.
Yeah, I was so glad that I didn't have to do like a COVID recital.
Yeah.
That would have been horrible.
Although that would have been way better, because at least you're in the privacy of your own.
Yeah, and my poor family, every time I would try to practice, they're like, oh my God, Ode to Joy again? Can we like move on
You're
from
like,
Ode
but
to
I've
Joy?
crushed this one, I know this one. I heard though this crazy thing about your mom. I heard that she wanted to learn Spanish. She went somewhere to try and learn Spanish. They didn't have it.
Yeah, yeah.
And so there was another language.
Yeah, so she went to go learn Spanish. The Spanish class was full.
Yeah.
And the person said, oh, but there's an opening in beginning Japanese. And she's like, I'll take it. And so she started Japanese classes. Now she speaks Japanese. She worked for a long time at the Art Institute in their Japanese art department. And did Japanese bookbinding. She's like a huge sumo wrestling fan. Like, it's hilarious.
I heard this and I was like, I love that she went for something completely different, and then an entire path changed in her life.
Yes, yeah.
From them just being full.
Yes, yeah.
Which is kind of a cool lesson to learn
100%.
in life. Like, because it's like, okay, this didn't work out.
Yes.
But that's not what it was supposed to be.
Yes.
But how bold to be like, I got this, bring on Japanese. Like, it's like, that's really hard.
And then to dive in completely. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to take the beginning class and then I'll switch to Spanish when there's an opening. No, she just went full in. And we traveled to Japan together, and it was so much fun because she knew so much about the history. I do too. I really love it. I can't wait to get back.
It was one of my favorite places to go. Yeah. You have a new book out. So how long have you loved photography? When did you get into it?
Oh my gosh. High school, starting in high school. And then I really studied it when I was in college. And I was a little bit nervous to take a college photography class because the department at my college was very intimidating. But I had a boyfriend who was taking the class, and I took a portrait of him, and I said, can you take this into the class and tell me what the professor says about it?
Oh, because you get the real feedback.
Right, because then I get the real feedback.
Yeah.
And he came back and he said, he loves it so much he wants it to be my representative work for the final show. I was like, oh,
Did that present an argument?
No, he was actually really gracious about it. He was so
That's sexy.
sweet.
Okay.
But it gave me the courage then to start taking classes myself with those same professors. And so I really love photography in the way that it makes you observe the world. And when you observe the world really closely, you realize that even on its worst day, the world is exquisite.
Yeah.
And so I brought my cameras with me to, the first day of shooting of the L Word, actually first rehearsal, and just took photos from the first rehearsal to the very last day of our shooting. And
this is my favorite, the backstage. Yeah, I love this one.
And I was going to make it a cast and crew gift, but then it became clear to me that the fans would be really interested in it as well. And so I did interviews with the with the cast, and I had saved everything. I was a complete pack rat. I had, you know, letters and emails and all kinds of ephemera, and put it together and gifted it to the cast and crew, and then made it available to the fans.
It's so cool, and a throwback to like the rock and roll days of like you get those books of like, you know, people on tour and like people on, and just that, I don't know, now everything's so filtered online, and like, you know, anytime somebody posts something, it doesn't feel as raw and like what it was in the moment.
Real.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like it's such a beautiful thing because they tell a story with no words, which is amazing.
Yeah, and the memory is such a slippery thing, you know, so that's nice to have the photographs there, and I just
the proof.
And the memory is like, it's more like poetry than narrative, you know, fiction in a way. So you get these little bits that open up this whole other realm of memory, and you start remembering all the joy that you had with you know, your friends. And
I love it. It's a great idea. Well done. Is it true that you heard from girls inspired by the show?
Oh my gosh, so many people, and it changed everything for me. Like I had always hoped that, you know, somewhere some young queer girl would be inspired by the show, and that she would be able to, she's living in the middle of nowhere and she has no access to her community. That
more comfortable in her skin.
Yeah, exactly. And those letters, when they came in, were reflective of that. And it was just so beautiful about how the show made them feel seen and fabulous. And
isn't it cool to be a part of something you already love, and you love the cast, you love the crew, you're having a good time, but then you also make such an impact on someone?
Yes,
it's beautiful.
I mean, you do that every day.
No, you don't though, but when you do and you find out, or you it's not that you do it to find out, but when you get something from someone and it's like, wow, like I did that for me, selfishly for some other reason, and like that's amazingly cool that it translated and you needed to hear that. You know, like that person needed to hear that message.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's so fun.
Art is amazing.
Nothing
We're very
more
lucky.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah. All right, well, let's do a quick break. I wish I had your voice, by the way. You're like, I'm like, you're so quietly sexy. It is amazing.
Oh my God.
But I just mean, it's like, it's such a, I don't know, I'm very loud. And I'm like, and it's like, it's so beautiful. You have such a beautiful speaking voice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I heard you like your women older or something?
I
had to get that in. I had to. A friend of mine made me do that.
I know, here's the thing. I've been winking since the Miss Independent video in like 2002 or whatever. I've been doing it, but I did it, and you'll get this. Let me explain.
Okay.
So you'll get this. It's like I play characters almost when I'm singing songs, especially
totally
when covering songs. And you know, if you're whatever, and I don't always change the he, she, because I don't think it matters. But yeah, I winked, and on purpose for fun, and wow. Okay. Well, Jennifer's book, The L Word, A Photographic Journal, is available wherever you buy your books.